Welcome back to the Driveway Beers podcast with Mike and Alex. As always, we appreciate you listening. Please rate us on all the podcast platforms. Like, subscribe, comment, share wherever else you're listening, and enjoy the show. All right, welcome back to another episode. We appreciate you coming back as always. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share wherever you are. Going to passionately ask you to follow us wherever you're listening, or subscribe, or whatever the button is you click to let people know that you like what we're doing. We would appreciate it if you click that button now. All right, thanks for doing that. We appreciate that. We want to thank Adam Chubbuck with Douglas Realty in Pasadena, Maryland. His website is tacmd.com. That's TACMD.com. Economic uncertainty. That's going to be one of the topics we talk about today. And with that, if you are going to be in the real estate market for any reason, or even if you just have questions about what you should do right now, or maybe even 6 months from now, I want you to go to tacmd.com. I want you to contact Adam, schedule a meeting with him, talk to him over the phone, text with him, whichever way you can communicate with him. Let him give you the best advice for your situation right now. If right now isn't the best time for you to buy, he's not going to tell you it is. He's going to give you the honest opinion of someone who's actually working in the field and can see the trends before other people even know. That's one thing about real estate agents. They're traveling all around. They put houses on the market and they see the foot traffic through that house. And they can kind of compare, okay, am I getting more foot traffic this month than I was last month? Or am I getting less? They can kind of see if the market's heating up or cooling down. And without a professional like Adam kind of guiding you through these kind of times, you're really doing yourself a disservice. Like, I get it. If you're selling your home, you don't want to pay that commission to a real estate agent because that's money out of your pocket, right? That's completely false. Reason why is because a real estate agent is probably going to get you more money for your property and cover their fee and then some, probably getting you more money in your pocket. It could even be as something as simple as not listing your home over the summertime. Or maybe the summertime is the best time to put your home on the market because people are going to be looking to move right before school season. Listen, this might be one of the best times to list your home because school year's ending. People might have to make that midsummer move. They want to move in right before school. Maybe they want to move in August because they want to get their kids some friends before they go to this new school. Someone like Adam is going to be able to give you that information to let you know whether now is the right time or maybe the market's just not good enough for sellers right now. Maybe you shouldn't put it on the market now. Maybe you need to wait 6 months to a year if you can wait because the trends might be going in a better direction 6 months from now. Go to tacmd.com, TACMD.com. Talk to Adam Chubbuck with Douglas Realty in Pasadena, Maryland. You don't got to tell him we sent you, although it'd be nice. Don't got to tell him we sent you. There's no coupon codes. There's nothing. You just go there, you get your advice, and let him put you in the best position to succeed. That's all we're saying to do. All right. So what are we talking about today? Well, Elon Musk and Donald J. Trump, President Trump, if you will. We got Hatfields and McCoys going on.
Yeah, the bromance ended.
It ended. It lasted, 8 months? 10? Well, maybe 10. When did they kind of come together? June? Was it June of last year?
Yeah, something like that.
All right, so 12 months.
During the campaign last year.
Man, it was like they fell hard for each other. Like, hard bromance.
Oh, yeah.
Eat McDonald's together on planes. Elon's wearing that stupid looking hat on his head. The guy's head wasn't made for hats. Mm-mm. Wearing it anyway. Mm-mm. Make America great again. Put it right on his forehead.
Yeah.
That big ass forehead of his. Let his company take fucking fire bombs to the cars over this shit. And now he's mad.
Yeah.
And it's just, the funny part of it is, it's happening over fucking Twitter.
Yeah. Like, a Twitter feud.
It's not nice. Like, Elon saying Trump's on the Epstein list.
Yeah.
Like, and doesn't even like, not even beating around the bush. Trump's on the Epstein list. That's why it hasn't been released.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You're just going right out with that, huh?
Yep.
Trump's leading us into a recession now, according to Musk, because of the tariffs. The tariffs are bad now.
Right.
All of a sudden, he's on the tariffs are bad. Didn't say shit when he put them in place, but now they're bad.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, like, okay, so one of the things we kind of talked about was the Democrat Party stays in lockstep. Like, we talked about the 20 or 30 Twitter videos, all the fucking same.
Oh, yeah.
Same microphone, same messaging, just a different person saying the shit, right? But it's exactly the same. Even with like unpopular shit, like the trans boys and girls sports, they're dying on that hill. Even for people that like they're in swing districts,
they died. On that hill.
Did. The problem is they're still dying.
Yeah,
like because the conservative media is never going to let that go.
No.
So if there's even one more instance of it, that's the front line.
Well, like they died on that hill. They're still fighting and dying on that hill, and the front lines have moved like 40 miles behind them. Like the front is behind, like you have been overtaken, and you guys, for whatever reason, are still fighting here.
Right. It's funny because like the latest news report now is softball state championships in the state of Minnesota.
Yeah, I saw that picture.
Yeah,
like
at least 5 to 6 inches taller than any other player on the team.
Oh, yeah.
And just threw 14 scoreless innings.
A flamethrower.
Yeah,
like
just shooting BBs
it's
down.
like Chris Sale up there.
And then you still have people like the Attorney General in Minnesota, Keith Ellison. Just, no, this is good.
Yeah,
acceptance. You know, in a group that where a group of kids gets bullied, you know, this group gets bullied more than any of them. So we shouldn't be bullying this kid. We should be embracing him, and all the acceptance. And meanwhile, the parents are like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, like
fuck your acceptance. We accept this, not in sports.
Right. Like, and I think that's where the acceptance thing went awry. Is that it was. Like, yeah, accept people for who they are and all that, and that's great. But now it's like, yeah, but you're pushing the boundary to like, I mean, I watched them play, and it's like, you know, just throwing gas, underhanded. I'm like, who's gonna hit this? And when you think about it, like most people's exposure to college to softball is the college World Series. Which is good. Like I watch it. Like it's good. There's the girl from Tennessee who threw 73 miles an hour. Like that's zipping. And then they go and so they're like, oh well, that girl's throwing 73. Yeah, the best in the world is throwing 73. Meanwhile, you've got like a girl who's on that team, maybe a freshman on that team who she might weigh 100 pounds is up against that. Like, come on. Like, it's just but then you have to celebrate it. You must celebrate it.
Must. You can't say shit about it.
If you don't, you're a transphobe or you're a bigot.
That's right.
Now, I'm not afraid of that guy or girl. I'm not afraid of them at all. But it's just like, if I was the 14-year-old girl that was trying to hit that, I might be.
Well, let me ask you a question. Let's say there's a 16-year-old biological female, pitcher on the softball team, taking testosterone. The testosterone is 10 times higher than a biological female not taking testosterone. What are the rules about that?
Probably not allowed.
Banned, correct. Yeah. Now, imagine a biological boy with higher testosterone than the girl that would be taking testosterone. Is that banned?
No, you must accept it and celebrate it.
It's celebrated.
Yeah.
You can't just accept it.
Right.
You have to be all embracing.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's the best thing ever. Like that, and the weird thing is like, This is that whole. I use this analogy all the time. It's like people telling you the sky is red. You must embrace that the sky is red.
Yeah.
If you say the sky isn't red, you're red sky phobia. Mm-hmm. You're the worst kind of phobic. And we're going to get you fired from your job because you don't believe the sky is red.
Yeah.
But you went outside and you look up and the sky's blue. Okay. Just me. I'll come back tomorrow. Check it out. Well, tomorrow I'm out there. Fuck, the sky's blue again.
Yeah.
And you go for 30 days and the sky is blue. 31st day, you get one of those sunsets where the sky's a little bit red. Shit. Sky must be fucking red.
All the time.
All the time. And if I say the sky's blue, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Shit.
And you're a bigot.
And a bigot. Now I go back on the 32nd day, the sky's blue again. But I can't say the sky's blue because I get vilified for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're trying to convince you of with this.
Yeah.
The sky is red.
My solution to the softball thing is that when that pitcher's pitching, then the opposite team get to have a player like the freaking stud hitter from the baseball team come out to
I don't know if a baseball hitter can hit it.
No, softballs are hard to hit, but they get their jacked player to come out and
they get the best hitter from the boys baseball team with the extra thick barrel.
Yeah. You trip.
Just one of those big ass freaking barrels.
Yeah.
Because softball's got the skinny barrel.
Yeah.
Nope. You get the big barrel now.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to bring out the 6'5", 240-pound
yeah.
guy.
Right.
And he gets to hit off the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Girl. Trans girl. Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care. At this point, I'm done trying to figure this shit out.
Yeah.
But
But here's the thing: this kid must have been playing softball for a while,
and nobody's saying shit
all the way up through.
Well, maybe not though. Maybe it's recent.
But I mean, it. So like, my kid's been playing baseball for a while, and he can't throw an underhand. He pitches. He can't throw an underhand pitch to save his life.
Right.
It goes over the backstop, and all the boys they try it, when they're goofing off, and it's like they're either bowling or they're just launching it up in the air.
Right.
So it's a hard thing to just pick up. Like you're not just going to pick it up. So he's been doing it for a while.
That's true. Yeah, you're right there. And then the other argument is, well, she's not the best in the state. There are other girls better. Okay. But this individual took the spot. There were only 15 spots on the team. This individual made sure the 16th biological girl
didn't get to play. Yeah.
It's an unfair advantage. No, it would be like me saying, I'm going to go out for the softball team. And no, I mean, I'm not better than Jenny Finch.
Right.
But I might be better than the fifth pitcher on the squad.
Mm-hmm.
Should I have that advantage?
Yeah.
No.
Absolutely not. So,
but back to Elon and Trump, because that's where we were.
Yeah.
But so we got here because we were saying how Democrats will stay in lockstep with each other. That's how we actually got to that point somehow. Republicans, I think, and I actually think this goes when you're the party in the minority and you open yourselves up to be the bigger tent to get more people in. Mm-hmm. You have more differing opinions.
Yeah.
And so there's more likely, the more likely scenario is having some infighting. Which is strange because now that the Democrats are the majority, they're still locking people out.
Yeah.
Like they're not, there's no big tent for them.
They're not changing any of their viewpoints are opening up to any other perspectives. They're saying, like, if you're not lockstep on this, you're not welcome. Which is part of the reason why the whole Trump MAGA thing started to begin with. Because a lot of those dudes, like the old union type, tradesmen, plumbers, factory workers, when Hillary went and said bucket of deplorables, they went and they're like, okay, well, I'm a deplorable, so I'm going to go, if I'm going to be called it, I might as well be it. So they go over to that side. Excuse me. But they are, I don't think it's a wise move. And it certainly proved to be fatal last year in November. But and the thing is, like, the Republican Party still has the old neocons who I can't stand. They still have, but then they have they still have the hard right winger. They have the evangelicals. They've got but then because the Democrats went so far into especially on the censorship side, with their, what was
the disinformation governance.
Yeah, with that lunatic that was supposed to be in charge of it,
Jankowicz.
Yeah. So when they did that, all the libertarian, traditional liberals, not all of them, but those people started going over too. So now you've got this whole, all these different voices that are not your George W. Bush type Republicans, who George W. Bush would probably be a Democrat now anyway. So that's kind of where the big shift. I think you're right. That's where it definitely came from. And the Democrats continue to just hold on to these ideologies that aren't popular.
Well, is that and there was so much hypocrisy, right? During COVID, believe the science.
Yeah.
Transgender girls, well, we're going to give you some fake science and tell you it's real.
Yeah.
During COVID, these 20 scientists say that 2 weeks to stop the spread. These 20 scientists say 6 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Social distancing.
Which was completely just arbitrarily made up number.
Well, come to find out, those 20 doctors are all paid by, I'm going to use the deep state very loosely here.
Yeah.
They're paid by, and this is like, what is the deep state, right? It's basically a group of really rich people that are trying to shape the world.
Yeah.
And if you need to, just Google World Economic Forum, Google Klaus Schwab. Like, they have a grand vision for the world. Like, these were the people that said, you will own nothing and be happy.
Yeah, you will eat the bugs and you will like it.
Right. They believe, and this kind of goes back into Elon Musk. This is where really, really rich people, especially ones that got rich via their smarts. And like, I think Elon Musk is a brilliant human being. Brains-wise. Humans-wise, no. Brains-wise, yes. Efficiency-wise, yes. The guy knows how to get shit moving. They're also very, very narcissistic. And they think that they are smarter than you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when they meet you, they're going to shake your hand. They're going to smile. They're going to say you're a lovely individual. They're going to pretend like they're interested in you. Now, Musk might not, but a lot of other wealthy people do. They know how to schmooze.
Yeah.
That's what schmoozing is.
Mm-hmm.
You make someone feel like they're the only person in the room
yeah.
for the short while, right? The minute you walk away, they don't fucking remember you.
Right.
And this group of people who believes that they're smarter than everybody else believes that they're trying to save you from you. They're trying to save humanity from humanity. And then you've got a whole other group of people that are trying to save humanity from them. And that's really where this kind of divide exists. You've got Democrats who, and when I say Democrats, people who are who are still voting Democrat right now, I don't think believe that that's an existential threat to humanity.
Mm.
And it may not be. Here's the thing. I'm not necessarily saying these people are wrong, but you're essentially trying to take away people's free will. And you can have a whole argument on whether we really have free will or not, right? That's a whole other discussion. But these people are actually willing to take away the guise of free will. Like, you thinking you have it.
Yeah.
They don't care if you think you have it. They're saying, nope, you're not going to have it, but we're going to make your life better. You know, universal basic income. That's where that idea comes from. You know, robots are going to do all the work, but we're going to give you a stipend, basically, to live.
Yeah.
So you can afford all the shit we're going to make. And I think Democrats kind of fall into that grouping. They believe that shit. And it kind of goes, so there was a study done. And essentially, Republican voters tend to look at 7 different pieces of information before they'll believe something is true. Democrats will, on average, look at 1 or 2. And they'll just believe what's in front of them. Now, I'm not saying that's completely true, though, because there are some conservatives, they see something on, you know, One American News or whatever, and it's fact.
Yeah.
You know, Elon Musk tweets it, it's fact.
Mm-hmm.
Donald J. Trump tweets it, fact.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell me any different.
Yeah.
But I think it's more so on the other side, which was why, you know, they always said that the mainstream media was bought and paid for, and propaganda on blah, 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 blah. But I think that's why we're seeing the infighting now on the GOP side. There's less conformity there.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, even with like the MAGA and the Maha movement, it was the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And so it was kind of like a coalition. It reminded me of what they do in Europe.
Yeah.
You know, you got these 7 different political parties in Germany or whatever, and none of them get a majority. And so 2 or 3 of them have to combine to get a majority so that they can rule.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we see. We're doing it with a 2-party system with different groups underneath that. And so what do you think happens from here, though? I mean, they're going. I mean, it's coming to personal insults. So you got the world's richest man and the world's most powerful man.
Mm-hmm.
Which one pulls it out? Because right now, the world's richest man is probably stopping the world's most powerful from getting his spending bill.
Yeah.
Where do you think we go?
I don't know. And I think it kind of goes now. I think this is something that probably has been happening all along, because whoever thinks that this is a representative democracy is full of shit. It's really a corporate oligarchy. Now we just have the one corporate oligarch going public with his shit rather than keeping it, you know, through emails where they can play nice when they're face to face, but they truly hate each other.
Yep.
So I think that's one of the big takeaways from this is that it's just the public fight that has always occurred in the background. So it's kind of cool that it is out there, that you can kind of see like, oh, this is probably how shit really does work.
Yes.
But you know, it is so childish when you think of it.
To the level it's gotten to. Come on, man.
Yeah.
It doesn't got to go to this level.
Yeah. So I think Trump shot back that he was going to remove the SpaceX contracts and things like that. And it's like...
And then Elon's like, I'm going to take my rockets and go home.
Yeah. Like
I'm going to decommission the Dragon rockets.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Now,
what?
Now, I wonder if... This is what... Will lefties all go buy Teslas again?
Right. No, Elon's okay with the lefties again. We're not going to firebomb those anymore.
Right. So...
oh, man. The part that I understand why he's mad, why Elon's mad. He put his company at risk to go do this thing. And he's getting called a Nazi right and left. I mean, you go on Twitter. Like there are people that hate him that are there.
Yeah.
It was funny because one of the local sportscasters was like, I'd leave if I could, but there's no sports content on Blue Sky.
Yeah.
So I'm here.
Yeah.
You're literally here supporting the person you hate. Mm-hmm. That's how good the platform is. Though.
Yeah.
That people that hate you will stay and use your product because you are the product, but to him, by the way. So he put a lot at risk. And look, the number on the savings People are all over the place with this shit. But then you took the savings and you spent it. You put it in the budget and for other shit.
Mm-hmm.
And you wouldn't let him go to the biggest areas. Like Department of Defense didn't go there.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it doesn't matter what political party you belong to. And for people that say Donald Trump is a politician, fuck that. He is now. And I'm not on either side. I think you need a politician. So if that's what he is now, I don't care. I don't give a shit about two billionaires fighting.
Yeah.
Fuck both of you.
Yeah.
Do what's right. The reason why a lot of people voted for Trump was under the guise of he's actually going to do something to help American people for a change. Because Democrats were not doing that.
Right.
Like you said, the union workers, the salt of the earth people that were doing regular everyday shit. They own a $250,000 home in the middle of Ohio. They go work construction. They drive buses. They do fucking shit.
Yeah.
And they were like, this party is really fucking me over. So I'm going to vote for this guy who says he's going to America first, make America great again, bringing jobs back. I'm going to do all this stuff. I'm going to make it. We're going to be tired of winning. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
Okay. They voted for him. Government's got a lot of waste. Oh man, he put a guy in there. He's going to get rid of this waste. They found all these savings. And whether you think firing people is good or not, hey, he cut costs by firing some people. That's another thing. You fucking fire a lot of people. And then you just went and took the savings and used it in fucking military?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. Because they didn't have enough.
You literally just, like... And I don't know whether Elon's heartless or not, because he probably is, but I don't think too many people just fire an individual. And it's like you did it to get the benefit of savings, not to go buy another fucking tank.
Yeah, piss away on something else. It's like if I own a company and I lay off a bunch of people, hey, times are tough, sorry, you've been a good employee, gotta let you go, and I go and buy a boat with the money I saved with it.
Right.
Not only do I buy a boat that with the money that I saved from filing, like I buy a boat that's even more expensive than that I have to finance.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, okay, dickhead. And that's essentially what, I mean, it might have literally been a boat or a ship. And the whole America First thing, like we're still involved in Ukraine. Why are we still doing this? We still have 750 military bases around the world. Why are we doing that? So it's this thing that, and I know what it is. It's that the defense contractors run DC. They get what they want. So if you stop buying F-35s, then they don't make money. If you stop building aircraft carriers, they're not making money off of them. So that's why they keep doing it. And the thing is that benefit's not going to pay, that money's not going to pay for veterans benefits, or it's not going to pay soldiers more money. It's not going to increase their GI bill. No, it's not doing any of that.
Right.
It's just getting pissed away because most of what we make here are weapons. So you really just hurt a bunch of people to, again, benefit rich fuckers like Elon.
And 6 months from now, if those same defense contractors do share buybacks and increase their dividends, so then you literally just took that savings of taxpayer money and put it into rich people's hands.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, the tax bill that's out there, yeah, it gives a little tax break to people making under $1 million. But the biggest tax break is to the people making over $1 million.
Yeah.
Or over $500,000. Again, you fucked over the little man. Mm-hmm. Like every time people think they're voting for change, it's the same cock in your ass.
Yeah.
No offense to the gay people.
Right.
That like the cock in their ass. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're getting fucked and not in a good way.
Yeah.
Probably the better way to put it. Mm-hmm. And none of these people seem to understand this shit. Like Bernie Sanders went on Andrew Schultz's podcast, admitted he got fucked by the Democrat Party in 2016. Mm-hmm. Still caucuses with him.
Yeah.
If someone fucked me over that bad, you think I'm talking to them again?
No.
No. Fuck no.
Yeah. Because if not, you're a bitch.
And actually, I can prove that.
Yeah.
Someone did try it. Someone did fuck my kid over. Do you think I still talk to them? No. Fuck no.
Right.
You don't get to try not to make all the you don't get to screw me over that hard and still get to be friends.
Yeah.
Sorry. Doesn't happen that way. Mm-hmm. I know what you are.
Yeah.
And politicians just do it over and over and over and over and over. It's like, for fuck's sake, can we get one?
Yeah.
It's the whole thing with like the immigration policy bullshit. For 30 freaking years, we've been talking, all we've heard is immigration reform. Marco Rubio ran on that shit. What, 16 years ago? Mm-hmm. Or 8 years ago? Whenever he fucking ran for president. Ran on that shit. We've been talking about this since the fucking Bush-Clinton years. Mm-hmm. Immigration reform. We gotta make it more streamlined. We gotta make it less expensive. You want who gets rich? You want to know who really benefits from the immigration system? Lawyers.
Yeah, immigration lawyers.
Lawyers.
Yeah.
Because it costs $20,000 to get your citizenship.
Yeah.
I'm going to solve this immigration shit right fucking now. You come over the border, you get a worker number. I'm sorry, not quite yet. You have to apply. Mm-hmm. You apply. All that gets done is a background check to make sure you're not a fucking killer or some other kind of vagrant person.
Yeah.
You're not diddling kids. You didn't kill anyone. You're not doing anything crazy and stupid.
Yeah.
You are safe to allow into the country. Great. That should only take 3 weeks or less. It costs you $50. Mm-hmm. Okay. So we're going to do a running tally. We're up to $50 right now. You come across the border. The day you come across the border, there's an intake facility. Intake facility, you get a worker identification number that allows you to live and work in the United States. You are not a citizen. You do not have citizenship. You do not have citizen benefits. You're allowed to come here, work, live.
Yeah.
That's it.
You don't vote. You
don't vote. You don't get free health care. None of that shit.
Yeah.
You remain a good, upstanding citizen for 5 years. No arrests, no nefarious bullshit. You've come here, you lived, you worked. Every year, you go to the facility, you show up for your appointment, you get your annual review. Were you a good citizen? Do you have any criminal history? Did you do anything? No. Okay.
Renewed.
$50 every year to renew your entry.
Yeah.
So at 5 years, at $50, you're at $250 plus the original. You're at $300 so far. But you've been here for 5 years over that time period. Hopefully, you earned the $500. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, what are you doing here?
Right.
You came here for the wrong job. Then okay, $500, 5 years, and in 5 years, you are now able to take the citizenship test. If you pass the citizenship test, you pay another $150 for your citizenship. So we were at $300. We are now at $450. You are now a full citizen after 5 years, and you were able to be here for the 5 years.
Yeah, and you added value, and you contributed, and all that.
And you were a good citizen.
Yeah,
you did, and that should be the right way to be a citizen. Mm-hmm. Does it take 5 years? Yes.
Yeah.
But it's better than It's better than paying $30,000 to a smuggler to get you over it, and you don't even know if you're going to be here in a month.
Right, and the smuggler is a freaking cartel.
Correct.
That's the other people who are making money off the current situation, or the cartels.
Correct.
So
immigration solved.
Yeah.
Solved it.
Yeah. I even give them, you're here for a year, and you do good for your year or maybe 2 years, and then if you want to enlist in the military, at the term of your enlistment, you're in, and you're...
That should be a given.
Yeah.
You want to enlist in the American military? You're in.
Yeah.
Give us 1 year, or let's say you got to give, what's a normal term of service, 3 years?
I think there's a 2-year hitch, a 4-year. There's different ones depending on your contract, but...
Let's say you sign up for the 4 years.
Yeah.
Once you're done, you're in.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service. Mm-hmm. And you get the full benefits of a veteran.
Yeah.
And your citizenship.
Yeah. Because I think you can enlist if you have a green card.
Possibly
now.
But that should be the system, though.
Yeah.
Make it simple. Paperwork, 1 page.
Yeah.
1 page.
Mm-hmm.
No 50 pages. Don't make it complicated.
Yeah.
This shit doesn't need to be complicated. And then staff up ICE. Mm-hmm. Is that immigration, right?
Immigration.
Not the enforcement part, but the intake part.
Yeah. ICE is Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and CBP is Customs and Border Protection. So
whichever group does the intake,
I think, yeah,
whichever one's the one staffing the offices at the checkpoints and whatever that can actually look the person in the eye.
Yeah, before DHS, it used to be Immigrations, Customs, and Border Patrol.
Sure.
And then they split customs duty between the two.
Right.
And I don't know.
So whichever, I'm saying, so this way the background checks don't take 3 years.
Yeah.
Intake doesn't take 3 years. No. Staff it up so that it takes background check 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. Paperwork when they come over in a day, because by then they're already approved.
Yeah.
They should already have their paperwork to come over.
Yeah.
Via mail. They can
we know they're coming.
You can do it via mail or online. Mm-hmm. Done. There. Solved immigration for you.
Yep.
But there's no will to do immigration because then I can't campaign on it.
No.
If I'm a politician, I can't go raise money on it from some douchebag that hates immigrants.
Right. Or from some douchebag that loves immigrants.
Correct. Yeah. I can't fundraise on both ends of it. It's like guns. They're never going to ban guns.
No, that's the dumbest idea ever.
No, because I can't earn money if we actually have a solution. It's like abortion.
Yeah.
I can't figure that out either because then I can't raise money off of it.
Right. Well, they're not interested in solutions. They want the issue. Because if you fix the issue, like you said, they got nothing to campaign off of.
It's the medical situation.
Yeah.
If I cure you, I can't make money off of you.
Right.
So I'm just going to make it so you can live with the disease.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're just a revenue source.
Yes.
Every single person out here is looked at as a revenue stream.
And well, we have some cures for cancer now. Yeah, and we got a whole lot of cancers that have been around for a really long time that are incurable.
Yeah.
But you can live with it. Mm-hmm. It's like every 5 years they give you a cure for one cancer.
Yeah.
Oh, but 5 more popped up too.
Right. That we created.
Correct.
So,
so it's like this whole thing. That's where this whole thing is disheartening for me. Not because 2 billionaires are arguing.
Yeah.
Fine. And who didn't see this shit coming?
Yeah.
Was I hopeful it wouldn't get to this? Yes. I thought maybe we could have something different. Thought we could have nice things. Mm-hmm. We can't.
This is the reason we can't. See, this is why we can't have nice things.
Correct. And to be honest, I don't give a shit about Elon's fucking rockets either. I have no interest in going to Mars.
No.
Fuck Mars.
Yeah.
We have this plant. We can fix this shit.
Yeah.
You were trying to do that with your electric cars. You want to know where a lot of this money could have gone? The fucking electric grid.
Yeah.
Creating nuclear power plants so we have clean energy. Updating the actual lines in the grid. Mm. Could have done it for a whole lot less than a whole bunch of this other bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, they don't... I may not vote next time. I say I'm seriously considering not voting.
Well, I think the same thing. I vote so I can complain. Because I think it gives me... Now, anyone can complain, of course, but I think it gives me license to complain. The way the system is set up here, if you don't vote for the Democrat, it doesn't count. So I think more of the focus needs to be put on your state and local elections. That's where the people that have the most impact on your everyday life come from. So, like the assholes that voted for the plastic bag ban, like I still hate them. And it just goes to show how to touch these people. Whoever voted for that has never had to carry 10 bags of groceries up to a 4th floor apartment, ever. Because try doing that with paper fucking bags. Oh, just bring the bag with you. Come on. Like, that's when I go to the store to go food shop. Yeah, I bring all the bags. But I just run into the local supermarket to pick up a couple things, which always turns into 10 things. And now it's like, how many bags do you use? None, motherfucker. I'm carrying all this shit. Because I hate you. It's not the 10 cents. It's the principle. And then... how about this? Now I have to buy bags to pick up dog poop, right? Because before, I would just use the plastic shopping bag. So I was getting 2 uses out of it, right? 1, for bring the groceries home. 2, pick up dog poop. Or I would throw them in to the pool bag. And when the kids were little and they take their bathing suits off of the pool, I'd always keep a couple in the car for when the kids were, real little guys and in diapers. Oh, they had an accident? Clothes go in the bag, tie it up, bring it home and wash it. Like, useful.
Now you could reuse it again.
Yeah. I would take my lunch to work in a plastic bag. Mm-hmm. Then I'd put it in the refrigerator at the office, pull it out, eat my lunch, put the trash back in it, and then throw that away. Like, uses and uses. Paper bag, not useful for anything. You still put dog poop in it.
I put recycling.
Okay.
And then, so we put our recycling into a paper bag in the house, and then take that paper bag. We use it as the way to get the paper bag to the recycling bin.
Yeah.
Because here, with recycling, you don't have to tie it up.
No, you don't have to gift wrap your trash.
Correct.
That's what my dad would always say. He's like, I'm not gift wrapping trash.
I don't understand why we got to put trash in a bag. Like, I get it. I mean, but like if I'm outside in the garage.
Just throw it in the can?
Right. Can I just throw this piece of plastic in the can or paper? Can I just put it in the can?
So I just dump all the recycling into the recycling bin.
Well, but they're mixing it anyway.
Well, half of it ends up in the garbage at the dump regardless because
right.
they don't use it.
So why can't I just put it in my bin? I mean, aren't they just lifting the bin into the truck anyway?
Yeah.
Or are they lifting I guess because they lift the bags out or something.
I've seen them do it both ways. Yeah. I'm angry with the garbage guys because, look, I got great respect for them. Those dudes run like a marathon every day.
Yeah.
And it's like a CrossFit workout every day. They're running, they're lifting stuff, and then they're back on the truck. Like, it's a cycle.
Great for the core.
Yeah. So the dudes are in great shape. But when they broke my recycling bin. There's no wheels on it anymore because they broke it. They threw it and broke it. And then my other trash can, they broke that too. So I put the broken ones out there for them. It's a big pain in the butt for me to drag them out there, but it's like, yeah, see what you guys did?
You know you can get a free one, right?
Yeah, I just haven't called the guy or called the people. It's probably on the website too, but...
In all honesty, you just go to the Miller, the Glen Burnie one. You just pick up one.
Yeah.
You don't got to wait.
But see, they all have the small ones now. I had the big one.
They have the big one.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. The big rollers, that's all they have.
So they had smaller rollers.
Oh.
Reduction.
See, I've been in a while.
Yeah. I'm not happy. Like, part of me, I kept the parts for the broken one. I want to fix it. But I'm like, why should I fix that thing?
You're the only person fixing that. Yeah. So, is all hope lost? Probably.
Yeah, it's just so here's the thing. Revolutions start in countries when the majority has nothing to lose. Well, right now the majority thinks they have stuff to lose, right? But really, you don't own any of it. Like, I own my house. No, I maintain the bank's house, right?
Well, I mean, you almost own it.
Yeah.
You're closer to owning it than I am.
Yeah. But, like, you know, that's like, I've got this pension and this job and all this stuff, and, you know, life's good. So I'm super pissed off, but I'm not pissed off enough to go do something brash.
I'm not, no.
No. And also, I'm too old for that shit.
Yeah.
I'm not running around with a rifle and hiding behind bushes and shit anymore. Like, you know, but in other countries, like the Russian Revolution, those people had nothing. Death was preferable to their current state of existence. But the thing is, they keep giving us enough. But they also keep us fat and weak. And I don't think it's by design, like some big conspiracy. It's just like a confluence of all this. These people are all fat, they're all sick, they're all weak, and the men all have low testosterone. No one's fucking anymore. Like, they're easy to control. They're easy to manipulate, right? So, like, think of a dog. Like, you have a male dog, you fix him, he's easier to control. When he's still got the twig and the berries, he's running around and, you know, most of the time it might be good, but when he's trying to find a girlfriend, he's running around like a madhouse. He's harder to control. So everything's easier to control, fat, dumb, and happy. They're not going to push back on it because as long as we keep tossing them breadcrumbs, they'll be fine.
Well, I just think they stopped tossing enough breadcrumbs, and that's when people got pissed off. And, you know, the funny part is when you're talking about, you know, cutting the dog's balls off. I have a theory, and it's probably not completely off base, but also not completely based in truth, which is why this is not a factual podcast. I think our foods were modified to reduce testosterone in men. Now, correlation doesn't equal causation. However, we have the causation, we just don't know the correlation. It is a known fact that testosterone levels in men are lower now than they were 15, 20, 30, 40 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
50 years ago. That is a fact. What isn't known is why. At least not by us normies.
Mm-hmm.
But what's the easiest way to do that? It's either food supply or water supply.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are additives in the water. The problem is now, though, water, most people, well, I shouldn't say most people, most suburban people are filtering their water.
Yeah.
Or they're drinking water out of bottles.
I drink it straight out of the tap.
I go through my refrigerator door that has a filter.
Yeah.
So I'm always drinking at least filtered water.
So
Not bottled, but filtered.
My refrigerator's getting ready to shit the bed. So
Don't we have the same refrigerator?
no, I have a Frigidaire. You have, what's yours? A GE?
I thought it was a refrigerator.
I don't know.
I thought we bought the same thing at the same time,
Yeah. So
like within months of each other.
it's running hot.
Okay.
I can't figure out why. So the water line from the door water,
Yeah.
like if you run it, like it runs past something that's hot. So like initially it's cool, and then it comes out hot, and then it's cool again. So, and the ice maker's slow as hell. Like it used to just fill up, and now it puts out like 4 ice cubes a day. So not happy with it. But from then on, I just started drinking tap water, just right out of the sink. And if you don't change your filter in your refrigerator, is it really filtered?
Maybe the and this is going to be controversial because RFK said it. Was the fluoride in water making men sterile? So, for people that don't know, look at the back of your toothpaste tube. What is the warning on the toothpaste tube?
Don't eat.
Don't swallow.
Yeah.
Right? Don't swallow the toothpaste. You're supposed to spit it out. Because it's fluoride. Now, fluoride is a neurotoxin. And you don't got to trust me. Just Google fluoride. Is fluoride a neurotoxin? And yes, it is. And the counter argument to this is, well, the amount they put in the water supply isn't enough to be toxic to humans. It's less than the parts per million to be toxic to humans.
Yeah.
Okay, but now you're drinking it every day.
You're bathing in it.
I mean, your body needs it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're bathing in it. So it gets absorbed in your skin. You're drinking it. You're ingesting it. This neurotoxin that even on the thing that we most associate with fluoride, which is toothpaste, says don't swallow it. Your doctor, or when you go to your dentist and they give you the fluoride treatment, don't swallow it, spit it out. Mm-hmm. Make sure you spit it, get it all out. Don't eat for 30 minutes after we put this in your mouth. Is that the reason? Or maybe it's something in the food supply.
I think there's a bunch of reasons. I think you've got fluoride in the water could contribute to it. You've also got all the phthalates and BPAs and all that stuff that gets the microplastics.
Microplastics, yeah.
You've got all that. Then you've got the fact that everyone's fat, and being fat. Sometimes people with low T, they have low T because they're fat. Sometimes they're fat because they have low T. It's one or the other. But you've got that going on. You've got all kinds of other chronic diseases that are, mainly diabetes that's affecting people. So you have all that stuff. Plus, 30 years ago, I had an old Playboy stuffed under my mattress, right? Now, like, you could see the most hardcore sex on your phone. So you've got a bunch of kids who are, these kids all have phones. So they're exposed to, serious hardcore porn. So they're not even interested in finding dealing with an actual girl. Like, oh, I can just take care of it right here with this. Mm-hmm. So I think you've got all these things because, birth rates are so low in the U.S. We're no longer at replacement rate.
Well, we're pretty far below.
Yeah. So I think you're supposed to have 2.5 kids per couple. Yep. No, I did my part. I got 3. So
not me. I only put 2 out there.
But then you've also got all the. Now let's look Let's look at the women. I know so many women, and like in our cohort of friends, that were had to go to fertility doctors, my wife included, for all three.
Might as well.
In order to have children. I mean, it's like, oh, you were because around here it's Shady Grove. So, oh, you're a Shady Grove. Yours are Shady Grove babies. Yours are Shady Grove. Very few people I know had their kids just banging it out and oops.
Yeah.
So it's like that's another thing going on. So you're affecting the reproductive rates on both sides.
But it's not. I mean, it's not just for the fertility clinics to start for women though. They're for men too.
Oh, sure. Because they checked all my stuff out.
Right, well, we checked mine. I was the issue.
Yeah.
So for us, it wasn't my wife. But you still got to use the fertility clinic even if the guy's the issue.
Yeah.
So
the fertility clinics love it because they're making bank.
You get it either way.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter to them. It doesn't matter who's the infertile one.
Right.
They're going to make that money either way. And I also think the other part of it is, on that front, is I would say, since at least my teens, and I'm not saying whether it was good or bad. I'm just saying what the end result probably was with the whole girl boss movement thing.
Mm-hmm.
And men are shit, boys are shit. They suck. Girls are awesome. Girls are great. And I'm not saying that girls are not great. I'm not saying that. But it also affected the way girls interacted with boys.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm apparently I'm a guy, but if I'm a young guy today, and if I were going on a date with a young lady, and she had this attitude of she's amazing and I'm shit, well, that's not an attractive situation.
No.
Which is why you have more young men just saying, I'm not dealing with this bullshit.
Right.
Like, they're just tired of it. Like, eventually, you can't keep kicking the dog.
Yeah.
The dog will eventually just walk away.
Yeah. And you see all these stupid Instagram posts and all this stuff like, my man must be 6'5" and have dark hair and have abs and make at least $150K. Who the fuck are you? Right. What are you bringing to the equation?
Correct.
Like, okay.
Well, I'm hot.
Okay.
So basically, you're basically saying you are your body.
Yeah. I thought that was the
that was the opposite of what that movement was for.
That backfired. But like, you're hot now on the outside, you're hideously ugly on the inside, and all that beauty's going to fade, my dear. So yeah, I don't understand the
I'm brilliant too. I'm not only hot, I'm really, really smart.
Yeah. So
okay. What do you bring to the table? Well, I have a lot of money. Oh, how did you get it?
Yeah.
Well, I did a little OnlyFans for a while.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's nuts. So whether it's a grand conspiracy or a confluence, or as people just, let's take advantage of this. Yeah. So I think, to answer your question, is it stuck? Yeah, as long as the situation stays the way it is.
Yeah, I do think that we're kind of having a little bit of a renaissance for men. And I actually think, believe it or not, I actually think some women are leading the charge. And I think, of course, it always happens when a woman has young boys. Mm-hmm. And because then they see it differently.
Yeah.
They go, wait a minute. I was raised to think that boys are shit. But I got my little boy here. He's amazing.
Yeah.
And like, wait a minute. Little Susie thinks my kid's shit.
Yeah.
Fuck Susie.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like a whole reversal. So now you got women that were just pushing this whole narrative one way. Well, now you got a whole group of women that are like, my boy's your girl isn't worth my boy.
Yeah.
I would never let my boy, because I know I was one of those. Mm-hmm. It's like one of those things. And it's like, oh shit.
And I also think, as the generation that kind of really, I don't know if it was the boomers or, because they were still raised kind of traditionally, but like the older Gen Xers, as they get older and they're like, I'm going to be career focused and this and that. And now they're realizing that they're starting to touch their 60s and they're alone and they have no friends. They might have friends, but they have no family, no children. Because who takes care of the older people? It's their kids. Mm-hmm. They're going to die alone, and they spent their life slaving away in some cubicle somewhere for what? Now you're the cat lady. Like,
well, isn't that what I think? A lot of that's what it comes down to. It's like you realize what's important too late.
Yeah.
And I don't think people, you don't want to think about the end, right? You're thinking about the now.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I want right now. Well, as I got older, I cared less about going out and partying. I cared less about what what everybody thought of me.
Mm.
I cared about what a small group thinks of me. I care about what my kids think of me. I care about what my wife, my family think of me. And I have my most fun and enjoyment around my close friends and family.
Yeah.
That is what brings me joy.
Yep.
My work doesn't... I feel value in my work, don't get me wrong. But it doesn't bring me joy.
No.
It doesn't make me happy. The money it brings in makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
Because then I can do more things with the friends and family.
Right.
And I think it's it's not just women, it's men too. They get to a point and they're like... It's like the men that just go fuck around. And then when they're 45, they're like, oh, all the people I went and fucked around with are also 45 and don't want to do that kind of stuff. And
yeah.
Well, now I got no one to go to Applebee's with.
Yeah.
What was that? That was I forgot what movie it was from, but basically Jonathan Favreau was like, I just want someone to go to Applebee's with. Well, now the guy's 45 years old. He's got no one to go to Applebee's with.
Yeah.
And the lady's 45 years old. She got no one to go to Applebee's with.
Mm-hmm.
And then they start... And so the consequences of the actions prior now catch up.
Yeah.
And the realization sets in. And rather than admit that, shit, maybe I was wrong, those are the people that tend to double down, put on that outward fascia of, I'm super happy. Oh, I would never have done this differently.
Yeah.
And in the back of their head, they're probably like, shit, maybe I would have done this a little bit differently.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, especially if like they don't have, if their parents aren't around, because eventually, I mean, I hate to say this, parents pass on.
Yeah. My parents died when I was relatively young. So I've been an orphan now since 2018.
Yeah. So,
it kind of puts things into like perspective. Like, shit, I'm the next one. Like, that's kind of, I have some aunts and uncles and stuff, but really it's like,
but it's also like you spend more time with your parents.
Yeah.
If you have a good relationship with
yeah.
them. And when they're not there, now your circle of people is going down rather than increasing.
Mm-hmm.
And some loneliness can creep in there.
Yeah.
And not just creep it can punch the door down.
Oh, I never had any anxiety before my mom died.
Right.
None.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mine escalated when my dad died.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, like I'm it. So and I think people they come to that realization after they've done the part, like when you see the podcast where there's this one, he keeps popping up, it's called Whatever.
Yeah.
And this guy, he talks to all these girls who are kind of have that, most of them are young, but some are, and it's like, what's your body? I mean, I slept with 100 guys over spring break. Like, what? Like, have some respect for yourself. Yeah, but it was fun and I'm empowered. That's empowering. Getting dogged out by 100 random bros on spring. That's empowering. Like, where did it go? Like, how did it get to there?
Right. Where was the happy medium?
Yeah.
Of, sure, live a little, to just putting it all out there all the time, 24/7.
So, and then the 100 guys, like, yeah, if you're guy one, okay, but if you're guy 96. Like
you literally have two OnlyFans stars battling it out for over who can fuck the most guys in a 24-hour period. I don't even know why I know that. But it's like, I think one of them's Lily Phillips and the other one's something blue. And like I think then they're trying to get up to 5,000 in a day. I don't even know there's 5,000 seconds in a day. It's like, well, let's find out.
There's 3,600 seconds in an hour.
Hey, Google. How many seconds are in a day?
There are 86,400 seconds in a day.
They're going to try, I guarantee.
So divide that by 5,000.
Hey, Google, divide 86,400 by 5,000.
To divide 86,400 by 5,000.
17.28.
Perform the calculation.
Why do we do that calculation?
So she got 17 seconds per.
To get to. Oh, so if she was going to do 5,000, they'd only get 17 seconds per guy.
Yeah.
You better have some fluffers there. you got to step in the room ready to go.
Yeah.
Like not go, but pop.
Yeah.
God, like, why are they competing with that? Like, why?
That's a race to the bottom.
Like, and she's like, I'm happy. I love it. Are you? Like, just the physical pain alone must suck. Like, but don't get me wrong. I'm sure they're probably making a ton of money.
Oh, yeah.
Off of the views for it.
Yeah, because there are 5 million sickos who are going to sit there and watch it.
Okay. Are they watching the whole day? Like, are they going to watch 24 hours of the live stream? Like, you got to get up at some point, right? You got to get some food. Like, doesn't she got to eat? She's going to 24 hours and think, no.
Go to the bathroom?
Food and drink, I got to imagine there's got to be something.
No, I can go 24 hours without eating. But I sleep for 8 of it.
But you can't go run a marathon and not drink any water.
Right.
Like, she's essentially, I mean, she's not running the marathon, but she's having a marathon run through her. You got to get some water. What is funny? They put like the beer chug and the beer helmet on her so she can drink water while it's happening.
Or IV.
This is why we should be in logistics.
Yeah.
We're solving problems.
Figured this out.
We solved immigration.
Driveway.
We solved how to get through 5,000 dudes in a day. This is the factual portion of the podcast.
Yeah, it's so rather than driveway beers, so all the corporate
driveway horse podcast.
But no, all the corporations, they don't sell products or anything. They have solutions. So yeah, that's the buzzword. So it's driveway beer solutions.
By the way, you're welcome.
There you go, Lily Phillips, or whatever your name is.
That's right. Or whatever. I can't remember something blue. I don't know. Whatever. It's not Vita Blue. I'm not gonna tarnish his name. Vita Blue, great baseball player for the Toronto Blue Jays of all places. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I think he played with Cito Gaston. Fun fact for the day.
Okay. There you go.
But let us know what you think. Elon Musk, Donald Trump, which side you side on, or do you just laughing at their expense because you figured two billionaires would blow up at each other eventually? Are you Democrat on the sidelines saying this is fantastic? By the way, Democrats, way to fuck this up as well, because all you had to do was shut up for 6 months and wait for it to implode. You couldn't do that though. Or whatever, however many months since the election. Was it 6? Actually, we'll say 5 because this is the early part of June. So November, let's say 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
7 months. All you had to do was shut up for 7 months and just wait for it to blow up in their face. But you didn't do that. So you still sound fucking insane because you couldn't get rid of your insanity from the prior 4 years. I swear to you, every time. Just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
It's like those lawyers. When you get pulled over, what should you do? Shut the fuck up.
Right.
Yeah. When you get taken into custody, what should you do? Shut the fuck up. Like, those guys have it down.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you're wondering what I'm talking about, there's 2 lawyers on Instagram, TikTok, wherever the fuck they are. They're giving you advice on what to do if you ever get taken into custody or pulled over by a police officer. AKA, it's also known as shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
So, all you had to do to come out on top was shut the fuck up.
Couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it. Could not do it. By the way, you should not shut the fuck up when you call Adam Chubbuck at techmd.com.
Good segue.
Yeah, we may have to make a picture for that one because that was pretty slick. Go to tacmd.com, tacmd.com, talk with Adam about your real estate needs, and I'm sure he'll probably tell you if you get pulled over by the cops that you should too shut the fuck up. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.